The space race was truly one of the most awe-inspiring periods in history, marked by the Soviet Union's remarkable strides in space exploration, placing them as frontrunners and potentially surpassing the United States. However, amidst their victories and triumphs, there are several deep secrets and untold stories that remain concealed from the public and their space rivals. Recently, Joe Rogan, the host of the Joe Rogan Experience, has exposed shocking truths about the Soviet Union's secret discoveries revealed by a prominent Soviet astronaut before his death. What are these many secrets, and how long have the Soviets kept them hidden? And how do they affect our knowledge of the cosmos? Let's find out. In the mid-20th century, the world witnessed a period of intense geopolitical competition known as the Cold War. This period was characterized by political and military tensions between the USA and the Soviet Union. At the heart of this rivalry was the race to explore space, where both countries vied for technological supremacy. However, one of the most intriguing events during this time was the Soviet Union's exploration of Mars, which added a mysterious dimension to their space endeavors. Despite achieving significant milestones in space, the Soviets set their sights on the Red Planet in the hopes of achieving another historic first in space conquest. Following what appeared to be a successful landing, an unexpected silence enveloped the mission, creating a mystery that would remain unsolved for decades. Recently, Joe Rogan, a popular American podcaster and commentator, has revealed a story that uncovers long-hidden secrets about the Soviet Union's mysterious discovery
that the surface temperature of Venus is 900 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hotter than a baker's oven. Lead would be molten at that temperature, and when it rains sulfuric acid. And the pressure of the air is 100 times that of the Earth. It would crush you.
However, before NASA's historic achievement, the Soviet Union had already made its mark in space exploration. They were the first to venture into the moon's territory, although they didn't land a human there. The Soviet Union left an unforgettable mark on space exploration, starting from the launch of the world's first artificial satellite to the first human in space. On October 4, 1957, the Soviet Union successfully launched Sputnik 1, the first artificial satellite, shocking the world and marking the dawn of the space age. This historic event ignited a fierce space race between the superpowers. Fast forward to 1959, the Soviet Union achieved another milestone with Luna 2, the first spacecraft to reach the moon. Luna 2 crashed into the moon's surface, sending valuable data back to Earth. The Soviets continued their space exploration endeavors with a series of successful lunar missions. In 1966, Luna 9 became the first spacecraft to make a soft landing on the moon, capturing and transmitting the first images of its surface. Luna 16, in 1970, became the first mission to return a sample of lunar soil back to Earth. However, a greater Soviet space achievement came on April 12, 1961, when Yuri Gagarin journeyed into space aboard Vostok 1, becoming the first human to do so. Gagarin's 108-minute orbital flight was a groundbreaking moment in human history.
This photo from 1967 shows the remains of Russian cosmonaut Vladimir Komarov. Vladimir Komarov was a Soviet test pilot, engineer, and cosmonaut who commanded Voskhod 1 and Soyuz 1. He died in 1967 when his Soyuz capsule crashed due to a parachute failure, making him the first human to die in a spaceflight. Despite being declared medically unfit for training twice,
this marked the beginning of a series of successful space station missions, including the iconic Mir, which operated for an astonishing 15 years from 1986 to 2001. Mir served as a platform for scientific research, technological advancements, and international cooperation, hosting numerous cosmonauts and astronauts from various countries. In the 1960s, something incredible happened in space exploration. The Venera mission achieved a remarkable milestone by successfully landing a spacecraft on Venus. This accomplishment was truly remarkable considering Venus's hostile climate, characterized by an extremely high atmospheric pressure approximately 92 times greater than that of Earth. Additionally, the atmosphere is filled with highly toxic gases like carbon dioxide and sulfur. Launching a series of missions, they aimed to uncover the mysteries of the Red Planet. The Soviet Union launched the Mars 2 and Mars 3 missions as part of its ambitious Mars exploration program. These missions aim to study the atmosphere, climate, and surface features of the Red Planet. On May 19, 1971, Mars 2 was launched, consisting of an orbiter and a lander. On May 28, 1971, the Soviet Union launched Mars 3, which also comprised an orbiter and a lander. The orbiter successfully entered Mars orbit, and on December 2, 1971, the lander achieved the historic milestone of becoming the first spacecraft to touch down softly on the Martian surface. These specially designed spacecraft were built to endure the formidable 200 million kilometer journey from Earth to Mars. With landing capsules, braking shields, retro rockets, and parachute systems, they were fortified to withstand Mars' unforgiving environment. Yet, the most captivating aspect of these Mars missions was the Prop-M rover, a remarkable creation by Soviet engineers. Weighing a mere 5 kilograms, this ingenious robot was designed to explore the Martian terrain as if it were an intrepid astronaut. Equipped with skis for traversing rough landscapes and advanced detection systems to avoid obstacles, it displayed its ingenuity. Astoundingly, as early as 1971, the Soviets had achieved autonomous robotic exploration. Fastened to the landing capsule by a 15-meter cable, the Prop-M rover provided invaluable data about the Martian soil, its density, texture, and strength. This groundbreaking invention laid the foundation for future Mars rovers, forging a path to the extraordinary. Regrettably, the Prop-M rover's mission was short-lived, lasting a mere 20 seconds. Mars 2 crashed during its landing attempt, but Mars 3 achieved a momentous soft landing.
Even though the Russians never landed on the moon, there are two very special Soviet medals laying on the lunar surface, and how they got here is quite fascinating. After the Americans succeeded in landing the first man on the moon, the Soviet Union eventually abandoned their plans for a crewed mission, though they had landed on the moon with robotic probes, some of which even drilled into the surface, collecting samples, and then returned back to Earth. But these medals on the surface...
These enormous spacecraft, weighing approximately 4,650 kilograms, comprised an orbiter and landing module. Equipped with an array of instruments, from cameras to spectrometers, they gathered invaluable data about Mars's atmosphere, soil composition, and magnetic field. The Soviet Union's audacious Mars missions left an indelible mark on the history of space exploration. The Mars 2 and Mars 3 spacecraft were way ahead of their time and packed with amazing technology. What made them even more special was their unique part called the lander. It was designed to survive the tough impact when descending onto Mars. The whole concept of the landing system was absolutely fascinating. Sadly, not long after Mars 3 landed, it suddenly lost contact with the base. But the USSR, which sent the spacecraft, didn't lose hope. They had gained a wealth of scientific knowledge and technological advancement from their Mars missions, and they were determined to continue exploring. Besides wanting to outshine the United States, the Soviets had another agenda. They were on a quest to unravel the mystery of aliens living on Mars. The Martian rover on board wasn't just equipped to study soil and weather conditions, it was also designed to search for signs of life. When Mars 3 transmitted the first ever live image from Mars, it was a monumental moment. Although the image showed only a gray background, it was still an incredible breakthrough. Detecting aliens or anything specific from such an image was practically impossible, but for the Soviet Union, it was a chip on their shoulder. They knew they were pioneers in the exploration of the unknown. As thrilling an adventure as this was for the Soviet Union, something shocking happened after the landing. The Mars 3 spacecraft, which was transmitting data back to Earth, suddenly went silent after only 15 seconds. Nobody knew what had caused this abrupt break in transmission, and the device never turned back on. It was a tragic end to what could have been a splendid mission. Many theories emerged to explain the mysterious silence. Some believed it was due to a dust storm on the Martian surface, while others speculated that Martians themselves might have been responsible, insinuating that aliens had interfered with the Mars 3 mission. Just before the Mars 3 rover went silent, the cameras captured a gray background. This led experts and scientists in the Soviet Union to believe that a dust storm had engulfed Mars 3, bringing about its early demise. The secrets of Mars continue to captivate our imaginations, leaving us wondering if there are more hidden details and otherworldly creatures waiting to be discovered. Space exploration is an awe-inspiring endeavor that pushes the boundaries of human knowledge and capabilities. It is a journey filled with uncertainties, even when meticulous planning and preparations are made to ensure a successful mission. Despite our best efforts, there is no guarantee that everything will go according to plan. History has shown us numerous examples of unexpected challenges and setbacks in space exploration. One such setback occurred during the Mars 2 mission. This ambitious venture had all the necessary components for a successful landing on the Red Planet. However, at the last minute, the rocket systems failed to engage, resulting in an epic crash. It was a devastating blow to the mission and a reminder of the inherent risks involved in space exploration. Similar challenges were faced during the famous Apollo mission. As the lunar module descended towards the moon's surface, it encountered difficulties in making a clean landing. The situation seemed dire, but thanks to the quick thinking and remarkable piloting skills of Neil Armstrong, who took manual control of the vessel, disaster was averted. Armstrong's heroics saved his life and his fellow astronaut Buzz Aldrin. While such mishaps can be disheartening, they also present valuable opportunities for the scientific community to learn and grow. When space accidents occur, scientists and engineers diligently investigate the root cause.
Having people know that I'm participating and coming up with common sense, out-of-the-box thinking. My mother was born the year the Wright brothers flew, an early aviator, father, World War II.
The Mars 3 mission, launched by the Soviet Union in 1971, serves as an example of how such failures lead to progress. After the Mars 3 lander encountered difficulties and shut down unexpectedly, Soviet scientists were determined to prevent a similar fate in subsequent missions. They rigorously studied the failures and made significant advancements in their technology and systems. By the next millennium, the capabilities for space exploration had advanced greatly. This technological progress sparked a renewed desire among American scientists to launch their own Mars mission. In 2005, NASA responded by launching the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, MRO. The MRO was equipped with state-of-the-art instruments, including a high-resolution camera capable of capturing even the smallest details on the Martian surface. The primary objective of the MRO was to explore Mars comprehensively, but it also aimed to locate traces of the Mars 3 spacecraft that had landed decades earlier. Armed with the images and data transmitted by the Mars 3 mission, American scientists embarked on an extensive search to map out the landing coordinates of the Soviet lander. Do subscribe for more videos like this.